actually happened, or like, there's multiple crypto or Twitter threads out there.
There are some very good ones that we can suggest.
This one by Route25 basically is basically a big wallet. Because like,
do you want to read it out? Because I know some of the transactions, and this is nice about crypto, is that there are certain transactions that are established and understood. Let's wait for the Route 25. You want to just like read them off?
Yeah. So basically, there was an attacker with a huge wallet that basically drained their, or like they sold their UST in a curve pool, and then that kind of like made that huge amount, 85 million supposedly, kind of created this imbalance, and then it kind of triggered this kind of chain reaction. People Luna was trying to like refill the pool, and then at the same time there was panic of a depeg when it went from like $1 to like 0.987 or to like 0.995. And then that also triggered like a huge withdrawal on Anchor, like over 2 billion. And then, at the same time, because, so a little of context, like Luna announced in February that in order to stabilize the reserves, or, to provide more stability to the peg, they were going to buy more Bitcoin. 1 billion worth of Bitcoin to the reserves.
Steady DCAing.
Yeah, so they were buying 170 million.
They announced that Do Kwon was just like dropping, and people talk about his nuts, and like I guess he has big nuts, but like they're
like we'll get to this nuts. Like later too, where he was being like very arrogant, I guess you could say, about very confident in Luna, and when people tried to bring up holes,
and it came out since that he had tried another stable coin,
failed.
And I mean, a lot of people had warned about this, and I think that we had actually called it a bit. We did say it sounds like a Ponzi. It was like a while back. Is Luna the move?
Yeah,
we can go back into the archives, and it just sounded like a Ponzi because they're spitting out the highest yields. And now what really triggered me off was that, okay, are there stable coins backed by dollars? I don't know. Are they backed by Luna, which goes up, which is shady, but I don't know. But then they say we're also adding to our reserve Bitcoin. And I'm like, so you guys are just a giant glorified venture capital firm. These guys are just taking in speculative assets like crypto, and then they're lending out dollars, and they're giving returns on those dollars on Anchor. Very shady.
That's also
very
like
shady.
Losing
very
money
shady. It doesn't make sense. So what you need is enough.
Give out this, like, they gave out this 20% yield that was unsustainable. They were like putting money in, they were losing
and it
money
got daily. So big. What one of the threads that I saw, and we really should have like prepared the NFT threads, the Twitter threads. But one of them was saying basically that it got so much bigger that they were paying out 1.3 billion per quarter.
Yeah.
So it's quarterly.
There was 14 billion at the top. They were deposited into Anchor.
They were relying on Luna to keep growing faster. This is a Ponzi.
Yeah.
You need more money to come in, and then Luna's overinflated. But it's like ironic. Do Kwon said, your size is not size. We're going to buy Bitcoin. Our reserves are going to dwarf the amount of dollars that we owe because up only. No, dude, what if the real size people show up?
Yeah, so this is what this person did. Like this guy with big,
you're vulnerable to an attack.
Big size. So
is it Citadel?
Well, I don't know, but
Ryan,
like,
who do you think it is? Who do you think it is?
Well, I want to finish this, and then we can speculate. So like they drain the curve pool, right? Going back to the story. And then so at the same time, this attacker is taking out a OTC buy or collateral of Bitcoin, and they know that Luna are they're triggering this DPEG, and that Luna is going to sell access the reserves, trying to
hold the peg,
sell Bitcoin to buy UST in order to
or Luna.
Yeah. So at the same time, this attacker has 1 billion UST that he starts selling in order to drain the curve pool. And then people, because this is happening in this DPEG, people get spooked, and a bunch of Twitter FUD, chain reaction, people are starting to withdraw Anchor. And then so this guy, he uses 350 million of his UST that he out of that billion that he got over the counter to drain the curve pool. He has like 650 million left, so he starts selling that, and that just triggers a more of a DPEG. And then the LFG Foundation starts selling BTC from their reserves to buy UST. So while the attacker is triggering this chain reaction, he's also